Defense is one of the most criminally underrated aspects of the game of basketball. I mean, it's literally half of the game. Everyone's head is always wrapped up on who can score the most points, who can pass, who can dribble the ball well, but very few people take the time to really talk about the defensive side of the game. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today, because in this video series, I'm going to be showcasing who I believe are the 10 greatest defenders in NBA history, in no specific order. And in today's video, we're going to discuss why Draymond Green is the greatest defender of all time.
Here comes James. James drives down, bumps Iguodala, blocked by Green. Ball knocked loose out of bounds. And Draymond Green defending against Russell Westbrook. Westbrook is beat. Rejected by Green.
Possessions. Jokic with 37 into Green. Green stole the ball. Green stole the ball.
Draymond Green, one of the newest additions by NBA fans into the all-time great defenders club. Although Draymond Green mostly gets overshadowed by the likes of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, his defensive role on the team is crucial. When you look at Draymond Green, there's not a lot that stands out. The man averaged about a block and a steal a game for his career, and his other numbers like rebounds, assists, and points don't jump out at you that much either. And he's only 6'6" to add a cherry on top, but don't let the stats fool you. This is one of the best defenders of all time. The man has made 8 all-defensive teams in his career and won the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year. Draymond Green has a 7'1" wingspan, which really helps him on that end of the floor. He's strong as heck for his size also. He's elite in the paint. He's very hard to back down in the paint, and on top of that, he's a very physical defender, which makes him a nightmare for opposing bigs to deal with. Although some big 7-footers can just score on top of him, Draymond Green makes them work for those points, which eventually slows them down as the game progresses. Draymond Green is one of the most versatile defenders of all time. Until about 2019 or so, Draymond Green could guard any quick point guard out in the perimeter. He's one of the few guys where you can legitimately say he can guard 1 through 5 effectively. Like, you wouldn't panic if Draymond Green was matched up against Kyrie Irving or Nikola Jokic. Two completely different players. He has the quickness and lateral speed to stay with guards, and the length and strength to contest with wings and bigs. One of Draymond's best assets on the defensive end of the floor is his IQ and patience of the game. Draymond Green is a rare case of a great defender that isn't just playing for the steals and blocks in the box score. Draymond Green is playing defense to genuinely prevent the other team from getting a bucket. You can't say that about everyone in the league. Draymond Green just has a good natural feel for what his opponents are going to do on offense. Green on defense doesn't do too much. He doesn't try to do things that he knows he can't do, which is really underrated about him. He plays to his strengths while minimizing his weaknesses. His goal is to just cause chaos for the offense and force a defensive stop. He's not trying to block a shot into the 6th row. A super big part of Green's defensive prowess is his elite help defense. Draymond knows where and when to cover for his teammates. He's great at providing weak side help, and he's exceptional at contesting shots at the rim from help. Draymond plays the role of free safety better than anyone in the league. One of the most unique and distinguishable assets about Draymond's game is his vocal leadership on defense.
It's okay. You missed a shot. All of us have. Nobody's perfect. Listen, you are not worried about getting beat on the drive. Okay? Now, you can do that and still stop the drive. You're capable of that. They don't feel us. That's why they're hitting every shot. Stand our ground, make them feel us.
He isn't afraid to get loud on the defensive end of the floor. Draymond Green uses his voice as one of his main tools on defense to lead his team and keep everyone else on the same page. Green's vocal leadership is a big part of the Warriors' success on defense, especially in 2022, where the Dubs ranked 1st in the league in defensive rating, and Draymond Green was starting to tune into his best trait, his leadership. Draymond Green just brings the energy and the fire that the Warriors need on that end of the floor. He just plays the game with so much passion and tenacity like no one else. Obviously now in 2023, he's not a ball of limitless energy like he used to be in his prime. But as soon as crunch time hits, Draymond Green will be locked in. He plays for the big moments on defense. Like we talked about earlier, Draymond Green doesn't have the flashiest stats in the league, but he does have some pretty good advanced stats. Draymond Green has led the league in defensive box plus minus twice, and in 2022 put up a career high 4.6 in that category. Green is also placed near the top of the ranks in defensive win shares also, especially during the mid-2010s with the Warriors. Draymond was one of the biggest pieces for the Warriors' 4 rings in 8 years. Draymond Green was such a key component for the Dubs' defense for their 4 rings. I think this type of success only solidifies his reputation as one of the greatest defenders in NBA history. Very few NBA players have been able to lead a team's defense into collecting 4 rings like Draymond has. And lastly, Draymond Green has revolutionized the game at the defensive end as of recent. The Warriors in the mid-2010s started to popularize the small ball game. They would put Draymond Green, a 6'6" center, and have 4 perimeter players around him. Draymond Green was flexible enough to play the center for years because he's super strong despite his size, and he has no problem switching on anyone else. The style of defense was super innovative. After the Warriors' success, many teams started to implement this style of small ball like this, with a flexible center and faster pace of play.